Stimulus update. IRS data shows smaller checks are going to be coming this year in 2023. This just came out 2 days ago. Is it because of stimulus changes? Well, I'm going to give you a spoiler right now. The answer is yes. It is because of stimulus. And this article is going to dive into all the details. And the question still remains, what's going to be happening with stimulus? As we're seeing an end of the pandemic coming, President Joe Biden announced the state of emergency, the declaration is going to be coming to an end here. What's going to happen with the leftover funds? Are they going to be providing more stimulus? We have heard there will be more checks, but it might not be due to the pandemic. It might be due to the fact that our economy is going downhill and fast as people are talking about a recession, maybe even a depression with the way that things are unfolding. Now, as you guys know here on the channel, I'm going to give you the latest updates, regardless of if they're what you want to hear or not. I want to make sure you get the latest facts. I'm going to put this on the screen, read right from it, cite the sources so you know it's the latest. Now, in addition to that, there's a lot going on with Social Security increases and Social Security legislation coming to modify things. I will keep you up to date on that, along with child tax credits as well. Those two are coming back. And there's also new proposals coming out just recently talking about unemployment and how if we have a downturn in the economy that is extremely significant, we're probably gonna need to have those unemployment enhancements come back. The FPUC boost of $300, the PUA for the self-employed, and the PEUC extension. So that way people can get those benefits and have it triggered automatically so that way we don't have to wait for those in Congress to try to agree on it and pass legislation. They want to have triggers set in place so as soon as we go into a downturn, there can be stimulus provisions that will roll out for the unemployed, and they're talking about there's going to be stimulus checks as well. They said we've had them in the past, we will have them in the future, but in regards to for the pandemic, it looks like this pandemic is coming to an end, but there is economic turmoil on the horizon. So anyways, let's go ahead and dive into the article, get you caught up on the latest, and if you appreciate the updates, do me a quick favor before we dive in. Don't forget, smash the like button, just takes a second. Thank you so much. Also, if you want to stay up to date, totally free, hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, so link in the description below to this article that just came out 2 days ago that's going to give us an update on smaller checks arriving as a result of lack of stimulus. And it says, stimulus update. IRS data shows smaller checks are going to be coming this year. Is it because of stimulus changes? Well, let's take a look at the article. And it says, the 2022 tax season is well underway, and the IRS recently released some important data about how Americans are going to be faring this year. Specifically, the tax agency's filing season statistics ending the week of March 24, 2023 show that the average refund amount is going to be considerably smaller this year than it was last year. And the IRS has warned this is likely to be the case this year, in large part due to the fact that the federal government did not authorize stimulus checks in 2022, which I've been reporting to you on for quite some time, and it's very unfortunate as we had heard these promises for years of fourth federal level stimulus checks of $2,000. We had a petition of people saying we need monthly reoccurring checks. Data came out saying that the low-income individuals, those that need it the most, that it would help so much and it would boost the economy, yet there is still no stimulus checks. And I've also let you know that we've been keeping track of the leftover stimulus funds from previous stimulus packages. There's still $400 billion just sitting there available for Americans. And also, we just heard that President Joe Biden said that he will not veto the bill that says it is time to end the pandemic. They will officially end the declaration of emergency, state of emergency for the pandemic. And the question remains, what's going to happen to all the leftover funds for the pandemic? Now, we will see, but let's take a look at this article and see what they have to say. Now, just how much less are Americans going to be getting this year in their bank accounts or sent via mail from the IRS? Here's what you need to know. Now, it says, here's how much lower refund checks are going to be this year. According to the IRS data, for the week ending March 24, 2023, the average tax refund sent out this year to tax filers is going to be around $2,903. While this might sound like a generous sum, the average refund the prior year was $3,263, and when the data was released for the week ending March 25th back in 2022. So That is a sizable drop. This means that the average refund amount is going to be down by 11% this year compared to the same time last year, and this is as inflation is soaring. We are having record highs. We're hearing the economy is going in the wrong direction. They're talking recession. Some are even saying depression. And now these are going to be actually smaller checks individuals will be receiving, which is a very substantial decline. In fact, the IRS sent out only $172.263 billion in refunds this year in 2023, compared with $188.687 billion last year, despite sending out a higher total number of refunds to date, 59 million compared to 57 million. So they're actually sending out more refunds of smaller amounts. Changes to stimulus policy has been a contributing factor to the reduced refunds this year. The refunds coming now are for the 2022 tax year, during which the federal government did not provide any stimulus funding. By contrast, in 2022, when taxpayers were getting refunds for the 2021 tax year, several types of federal stimulus had been made available, including the 2021 $1,400 payment. That was the third stimulus check for adults and dependents, authorized by the American Rescue Plan Act, as well as the expanded child tax credit that provided parents with as much as $3,600 per child for the year. And we're hearing the child tax credits could be coming back here very soon. The American Rescue Plan Act resulted in many Americans receiving larger refunds because many people could claim both the $1,400 stimulus payments when they were filing returns, as well as that expanded child tax credit. Now, Americans were eligible to claim the $1,400 if they didn't receive the advance payments earlier that year, and only half of the expanded child tax credit was sent out prior to tax time, in monthly installments from July till December, as you'll recall. So anyone eligible could claim the other half as well to get the full amount in their taxes. Now, without these and other extra tax credits made available by stimulus legislation, Americans are getting far less back. So it's not a surprise that there's been a huge drop in the average refund. Of course, many people are still getting a significant sum of refunds and should make sure to use this money wisely to pad their emergency funds or accomplish other financial goals when possible. Or maybe they could mention just trying to get by because of how expensive things are getting, and we're hearing it's going to be getting even worse. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, as you guys know, whatever unfolds, I will be sure to keep you up to date here on the channel so you know the latest, know what's available to you. We're going to be seeing what they decide, because right now, as I mentioned to you before, what's coming to the forefront, the main priority right now is the Social Security solvency issues, enhancing the benefits, extending it. We've seen the Social Security Expansion Act, and also the child tax credits are coming back as well. There's new proposals on the table to bring those stimulus provisions back to help out the American people. But a lot of people are saying, what about a federal level stimulus check to everybody in the nation, especially with the way the economy is going right now? They're saying it could help out a lot of people that are hurting, especially those that are the low income among us. They could really use that help. It could really go a long way. Now, we will see. I will keep you up to date either way, so that way you know what's going on, and I will report to you whatever unfolds. But with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I apologize for the shakiness of the camera. I'm actually out on vacation. I don't have my stand with me, so I'm just holding the camera while I'm reporting. But I hope that this information was helpful, and like I said, as more comes out, I'll be sure to share here on the channel. But with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.